Okay, it says you are live, so let's believe we are live. Okay, so yesterday we stopped at table and hand. Okay, so but question to you is, did you watch that video correctly? That what Lata had referred that book.
Yeah, I watched.
Okay, now if you have watched, then thing is, I sent that video 10 minutes. So actually, the Srishti will happen when you lose the consciousness in the mind about you are the body.
Correct.
Meaning, when and right now I'm keeping my hand on the table. So table is a entity created in the mind, and hand is a entity created in the mind. So this is called conditioning. Okay, so the feeling here is that this is my hand. So if I touch this hand, it seems like it is rough and smooth, not hand at all. If I were, I'm right now closed my eyes and I'm so-called hand. I find it soft some places, hard in some places, warm somewhere. What happened? Something dialing came. Okay, so
Somebody, yeah,
yeah, somebody tried dialing, right?
yeah. That's what the sound was, but I'm not able to see anything.
Yeah, I saw some number coming in, and that's all. Anyway, so if we were to see that, what really happens is that I can only see this much. That is, somewhere it is hot, somewhere it is cold, somewhere it is hard, somewhere it is rough. Where the hairs are, it is rough, and where there is no hair, there is smooth, and that's all. So if I touch the surface of the table, then I am feeling the same one. So if I keep on doing like this for some time, the concept of this hand and table goes away. Instead would be replaced by the feeling of hard and soft, and the soft and hot and cold. So soft and hard is a property of Prithvi, and hot and cold is property of Tejo. So that's what remains. So if you were to get this correctly, then you are in Stithi. Now the mind stops. Okay, so Sristi here is the hand and the table and the computer or laptop or mouse and this and that, all taken together are part of Sristi. So if there is Sristi, there is going to be Laya. Meaning after some time I have to lift my hand and keep it on my thighs. So the heat which was there due to my hand presence on the table is gone. It will become cold. So if we put second law of thermodynamics, then entropy, if you look at it, then it becomes colder. So all matter has the property of dissipating the heat. That means the heat cannot be sustained. So it will dissipate and it becomes cold. So my hand, when I lift it and keep it on my thighs, then that table where I had placed my hand becomes cold. So there is Laya. So there is nowhere I can say that my hand was there on the table. Are you able to get this much point?
Yeah,
So that is appearance and disappearance. So this is Shristi and Laya. So what we are supposed to do is to concentrate on the Laya to understand how Sthiti works. You need to come out of Nama and Rupa, basically, if you want to be in Sthiti. So Sthita Prajna means staying without name and form. Then only consciousness exists.
So the sthiti means just existence.
Yes, that is Chit. Sat Chit Ananda. Sat is existence, consciousness, bliss.
Yeah, that's correct. So the sthiti means just existence.
Just existence. Tat Tvam Asi. So why that brain doctor felt very blissful? Because there was no concept at she lost the concept of herself.
Correct.
So there was no beginning, no end. Actually, if you practice this, what I am teaching you, of keeping it on table or thighs or wherever, and then just observe what is really happening. Forget the concept. The table is a concept, hand is a concept, the face is a concept, everything is a concept for identification. Simple. So we have to identify, so we have to name something. Like, we see a tree and we didn't ask the tree, what is your name? We just named the tree. And when the naming of tree happens and everybody agrees that this is this tree, and thousands of people call that tree, becomes documented. So what we created is a symbol. So this morning I was looking at language. Actually, when we write a language, it is symbol. It is not language, actually. To be honest, there is nothing called as language. It's symbol. So knowing how to read and write a symbol is called as language. It's only symbol, right? Whether I write in Malayalam or in Kannada or in Tulu doesn't have its own script. So let's say English or French or German or whatever it is. The name has got nothing to do with the symbol. It's just a symbol. And if everybody were to identify the symbol, that becomes a language to communicate. So what if I were to drop the symbol at all? There's no symbol. Then what happens? The mind disappears instantly. That is what it is all about. On Shristi, Stithi, Laya. So using these five senses, that is, when we take sound as sound, like if you hold your hands very close to the ear and start closely rubbing it, don't touch it, you can try it out, you can slightly little far away but near to your ear, if you were to move your hand, you will feel the waves coming. You will not hear any sound, but you will feel the waves. And that's exactly what is happening when anybody speaks or any sound you hear. It's just a wave. Try it out. These are the things which you can try it. Just keep your palm closer to the ear, but don't touch it. Don't touch the ear. You will feel heat, and you will also feel a wave going across. If you just concentrate on that. And same thing you can do with sight. If you keep your palm very close to your eyes, and then your eyes will stop blinking.
Can you say again? What is that eye?
No, did you do on the ear? You first try it on the ear. You keep near to the ear lobe, don't touch it, and start moving your finger. You'll feel the wave motion. So when you remove your hand after some time, you can feel that some wavery movement happening near the door of the ear.
Yeah.
So there is no sound, there's just a wave.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing, if you keep your hand or palm very close to your eyes, your blinking of the eye stops. You will not be able to blink if you bring it very near. And then another fascinating thing happens. You will stop perceiving any object at all. It becomes literally lifeless. So, in these two experiments, what do we find? One is that just like you have a speaker, audio speaker, and if you go closer to the speaker, instead of sound, you will feel heat coming out of that instrument. And if you look at the ear, again, the same heat is coming out. And there is waves. Ice has photons, so photons have wave and as well as particle. So when you keep your hand very close to your eyes, you stop blinking because it turns itself into a wave, and you cannot see anything. Your perception itself will stop. You can't feel anything, nor you can perceive anything. So it just becomes waves. Okay, so now we did our two senses. Now if you do the third sense, smell, it's perfect waves. The air comes in, touches the nose, a wave pattern enters, then the olfactory which is there inside the nose picks up that smell. You get three types of smells. Basically, the mind picks it up to identify whether it is a bad odor, good odor, neutral. Neutral means it doesn't know what it is. Bad odor means it is already registered that this is bad. Good odor means these are the odor which it feels good. But if you just observe the wave hitting on your nose, immediately it will stop the mind. So you go into neutral, where it doesn't know what the odor is. And how do we test it out? Anybody who had gone to gym or gone for jogging or whatever, that person perspiring so much that he himself cannot feel the smell of his own or her own sweat. But others might find it stinking, but that person might not. Right? Like when we go to urination and feces, we don't feel the smell ourselves, actually. But other person going might feel it really awkward. So when it comes to ours, it becomes neutral. When it comes from outside, it has either attraction or repulsion. So this is on nose, on this mean to say smell. So in these three,
That means,
yeah, go ahead.
Which means the smell. If I am able to get the feel of the smell, so that is called what?
That is called Stithi.
If you don't get, I understood it's called Stithi.
Yes.
If you get,
you are in Sristhi.
Sristhi.
Yes. So now you are recognizing whether it's a good odor or a bad odor, right? If you want good odor, you want to keep it, correct?
But it
goes
That means
away.
if you recognize anything through our sense organs,
Yes.
that is Srishti, because you are getting it in.
Yes. But
if you are not able to identify, it is Stithi.
Yes, if you don't,
Okay.
if you don't not only identify, if you don't name it, you're always in Stithi. The moment you name it, now let's look at this example. Now all of you are giving me something which is good. Now, the moment I name it, there is Sristhi happening.
Yeah, correct. You are naming it, correct.
And the moment I name it, what happens? Mind gets, instead of getting stilled, it is getting vibration, right? So I am now in Viyoga because I am now expecting when this product is going to appear. Because there is a name. So my Sristi is gone. Sorry, my Stithi is gone. Now directly into Shristi. So as soon as I create Sristi, the product comes on my mind's eye. So I start dreaming about it, and then I want to acquire it and then enjoy it, and it takes some time to appear. So I'm crazily watching when this shipment is going to arrive, and all of that is mental creation.
Yeah, correct.
Now, if I want to be in Sthiti, what I should be, don't name anything. So it doesn't really matter.
So can I say, when you sleep night, in deep sleep,
You are in
there is
Sthiti.
nothing.
You are
That
in
is
Sthiti. You are in Sthiti.
That in the dream stage is not Stithi, where something is keep
Moving.
creating and losing it.
Yes, yes. Something is created and losing, right? So whatever gets created is lost. So the dreams are lost. By the time you wake up, the dream is gone. Something similar to death, when the person dies, it is like a dream. So all of those association and the time he or she spent and the achievement and blah 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 along with that is gone.
I was thinking other way so far. Stithi means what you experience.
No, this is what you experience in Sthiti. That is no name and no form.
Without name and form, if you experience, it is Stithi. But without name and form means there is no experience. When there is no experience, there is nothing.
There is nothing. And this is what Shunya is all about, right?
Yeah.
So
that is called Brahman.
That is called Brahman because it doesn't go either side.
But energy is there, right?
The perfect energy is there. Yes, you are filled with energy.
That means you are enjoying the peace.
Yes, you are enjoying the peace.
Because there is no worry.
Yes, so yesterday what happened, I was checking, I just wrote a message to Lata. So, this very funny thing. Yesterday I was watching about M1 chip versus Intel chip. Okay, so I had time. I thought about, let me go into the detail. I'm supposed to do a podcast on artificial intelligence and all that. So I wanted to know something about chip level architecture and why this is better, that is better. So I had some time. So I started watching the videos. Okay, there is one beautiful video on how Apple is killing Intel, okay, with its innovation, and how it is able to make iOS and Mac work together in such a way that the mobile, that is ARM, Acron, they have the processor that is used in these mobile phones, and then that is going to be used in all the Mac and this Mini and all that. The moment this thing came, okay, a whole thing got changed. Instead of looking at the technology, I started wondering about the product. So then I started seeing it as Sristi. Now it is creation, right? So if it's creation, it's going to get destroyed very soon. So then I wanted the Stithi being there. So what I did was that I started looking it as soft and hard and hot and cold. So when I plug it in, after some time it becomes hot. So he was showing about fan, different fan in Intel system, different fan in the Mac system, and how Apple is changing the fan. So if it was so good, then why fan is required? So then this interest of getting that product went away in an instant. Okay, so then I messaged Lata about what this happened. So even though the thought looked very innocent initially, but it had raga in that. Okay, if I had given that thought some more energy, instead of watching that video from technology, I would have started watching it from enjoying that product myself. Okay, so now there is Sristi. Stithi was watching it as technology. Okay, because that's just an information coming. It's got nothing to do with personalizing it. But the moment I personalize it, I am caught up.
So just information is called Stithi.
Yes, just the information.
And the moment you attach to that or detach to that, that is Stithi and Laya.
Yes, no, the moment you attach to it, you are creating it, right? So anything created becomes you are into this Sristi.
Srishti.
If you are creating a product, it is going to go into end of life. Laya.
Okay, let me ask another question here. See, there is one material called electronic good item. So when I see that, immediately the information what is fetched to my mind, that is Srishti from my mind.
Correct.
Okay. And the same vastu for other person can be Stithi. So one vastu can be for one person it is Srishti, another person can be Stithi, right?
Yes, correct. See, I will also give you another example.
Okay, 1 minute. Which means, what is exactly is that material? Is it Srishti or Stithi or Laya? About that material I am asking, not about mind.
Material is Stithi. But
material is always Stithi. That is the Mula Swarupa is Stithi, right?
Mula Swarupa has what? It has only element, right? Prithvi, Apo, Vayo, Tejo, Akasha.
Yeah.
That remains a Stithi, but it is made up, right? That configuration is made up. Or let's say rocks. Rocks are made up. Everything is made up. So it will go into Laya.
Yes.
If that initial element, that is Prithvi, Apo, Vayo, Tejo, Akasha, they neither have a Srishti nor they have Laya.
Yeah, they are there all the time.
They are there all the time. So they are in Ananta. Right?
Correct.
Now the consciousness makes this combination possible. So
yes,
you're going to have Brahma, which is Sristi, Maheshwara as Laya. Now we are coming into Vishnu.
Our body is now. Okay, it is already created.
So it is going to get destroyed.
Now is it in Stithi?
No. Your mind can be in Stithi, but your body will not be in Stithi.
Yes.
So what we can do is we can change the way we look at things and create a Stithi in your mind, not in the body. Because body is created, so it is going to get destroyed. So it is being destroyed from the day of it landed in the womb. Not when I was born. When I landed in this consciousness, entered into the womb, it started using up the 5 elements and also losing it. So it is creation and destruction, right?
Yeah, correct.
So now we have come to 49 years, myself and Lata, and maybe Bhatt is in 59, and all these are numbers given just for identification. Is consciousness 59 and 49 and whatever that age is? Who is aging?
Rupa and Nama is aging. Because it's changing continuously.
Nama and Rupa is only aging, not the 5 elements are aging, nor the consciousness is aging. They both are in Stithi. So it's very funny that.
So here, witnesser is a consciousness.
Yes.
That is not aging. It is there. It's all pervading.
Correct.
Similarly, you said Ananta, all these 5 items, what we see is also Ananta.
Correct.
It is there everywhere.
Correct.
The moment a combination comes and something called this mind, when it perceives, that is Srishti and Laya.
Correct. Very correct.
When mind is silent, even hibernation is also Srishti and Laya, because hibernation is in and out.
Correct.
When you purely reach there, Nirvana, that is Stithi.
You are in perfect Stithi, so there is no rebirth.
There is no rebirth, there is no death, there is no birth.
Yeah, because now what I have done
So,
is... Yeah,
now my question here, if mind is removed from my body, the body will not be there, right?
absolutely gone. Out. Body will never remain. So the objective is to get rid of the body in the mind.
Okay. Now, actually what happens? You see, when I get rid of mind out of my body, then this immediately this body will disintegrate into 5 basic elements, or it will remain for another so many years wherein I can reuse it, like yogis do.
No. Now what happens is consciousness takes over without the mind. So you will not feel anything about the body.
Body will not age. It will be there like that only.
No, body is aging or decaying the way it is doing, right? So you are not bothered about how it looks.
Now, will this body will die or no?
No, body is already dying. It's not that it is not
See,
dying.
my question is, see, mind I have removed through meditation from this body. Now I am in the sort of not fully nirvana, somewhere in hibernation mode, you said. So many yogis, they preserve their body for number of years. Is it possible through that technique?
Yes, it is possible. So let me explain to you when we say removing the mind. So let me give you a right answer to that. What is removing the mind? You are removing the mind of Nama and Rupa. You are getting rid of Nama and Rupa. Or if we say, it's like this. So Sahasra Shirsha Purushaha Sahasrakshat Sahasrapad. So now 4 of us have no differentiation in the body. That is the state what you have reached.
Yes.
Okay? In the mind, not in the body. You got the point? It's not in the body, it's in the mind. So 4 of us have lost self-identification, that I am this self. So we have reached the Anandamaya Kosha as explained by Shankaracharya. Clear? So now there is no Bhatt and Lata and Padmashri and Vilas as an individual entity.
Yeah.
Okay. Now when we don't have an individual entity, the mind get relieved of Nama and Rupa. Agreeable? Now what will you call sight as? Nothing. It's just a sight.
Nothing. Because 5 organs will not perceive like Nama and Rupa.
Exactly.
It is there.
So it is liberated, right? It is liberated of naming. Okay. Now consciousness, what it was doing, Chaitanya, what it was doing is it was giving the energy for naming it. So when I see something, I was naming it or acquiring it or doing something about it, right? Now I no longer do that. If I no longer do that, would the body exist in the mind?
No. Because you are not giving any name, nothing, then you cannot identify anything outside.
Exactly.
It's like that lady's right brain.
Exactly. Now you are in the right brain. Now what happens is, even if you were to die, meaning you are already dead, there's nothing more to die, but let us say the prana goes out of the body, you are very happy because you are already dead. There is nothing more to die.
Yes.
So then what happens? Consciousness is not attached to any of the 5 elements, correct?
You are detaching consciousness from this
5
elements.
Then there is no rebirth.
Nothing.
Finished.
It is always in Stithi.
Yes, always in Stithi. So now you can be in Stithi forever. From now onwards, you are in Stithi.
Oh, that is called right now here, moksha.
Yes, right now. And that is what Krishna explains in the 6th chapter. This state is called as Sthita Prajna.
Prajna.
That means you are aware of that moment. What is that moment? If you see something in the eye, it moves. So that's the reason I told you this exercise. Turn from left to right. All the items in the left is gone. Whether you loved it or you didn't like it or whatever it is, it's gone.
That is true. And also we can think only one thought at a time.
Yes, there's only one thought. So yesterday I was observing this thought of possessing something. It looks so innocent. Oh my goodness, you feel wow, what a thought. But the moment I entertain the thought, and that's it. All the video what I was watching will really feel that I need to have the product right now. Okay. So now my problem has started. Yogaha chitta vritti nirodha. Now it is in vritti, modification. So now the ripples have started. So I messaged Lata, you know what happened. So I think she was in various meetings. She didn't understand my message. And in fact, I wanted to talk to her after this meeting, what I really wanted to tell her. So anyway, I'm telling her, telling all of you what really happened. So one thought of that means if there is greed still existing inside the mind, by this stirring of you giving something to me can trigger, even though I have ability to stop that thought from arising, when I'm watching a video, it can literally take it up, saying that wow, it's so nice, so you need to have this. It's a very innocent thought. I was looking at that very innocence of that thought. What is there? There's nothing, right? So the thought came. Then I started observing as Prithvi, Apo, Vayo, Tejo, Akasha, and no thing there. That M1 chip or this Intel chip and whatever is happening, and how the circuitry is getting connected. My talk is on neural network on next Tuesday. So I am watching this to see how this bus and architecture and all of this, how it works with this new technology, so that we can combine spirituality and science and explain to that person who wants me to talk. Okay, so for that I went into the chip level architecture, and because of the interest of buying something, it immediately stopped that and took this. And the enjoyment was so fascinating, that how mind enjoys taking the object. But when I made it 5 element, it just disappeared. It was not there. So the mind was clear of that very thing. So this is what the Stithi is. So if I acquire the product, I am in Sristi. Now I have to maintain the product, and it is going to get destroyed because there is Laya. If I consider it as 5 elements and consciousness separated out of it, it is always in Stithi. So then we are in Vishnu state. That is Stithi. So Shristi is Brahma, Stithi is Vishnu, and Laya is Maheshwara. So that is how it is.
But as a human being, can you immediately enter into this, what you call, go away from Shristi and Laya, be always in Sthiti immediately, or we have that so-called prarabdha karma we have been talking, right? So naturally we have to continue, we have to move forward.
Yeah, the prarabdha.
My question here is, as a human being, see, I am hungry, I have to eat. Okay.
Correct.
During this process, what happens? Sthiti Laya. See, hunger comes naturally. It is not from my mind. Maybe I don't know. You have to explain me. So naturally it comes. During that time, I should eat. When I eat, okay, without tasting, without having any connection, I should eat so that my body is okay, so that it will not get any disease because of overeating or undereating. Can I say that's perfectly okay? Or that is also Sristi and Laya there. When you eat, when I am naturally hungry.
No, when you eat, when you're naturally hungry, there is always Sristi. Because there is nothing which is taken in the mind.
Now, for the person who is working only on right mind, still energy is required for that person to survive. It's like a small kid, doesn't know anything. But mother will feed the milk, right?
Correct.
So in this process, what happens to that kid? Kid is Sristi Stithi Laya, or it is?
No, you're adding too many
And I am
dimension
asking
to it.
this mind. I have not understood the real application. I am okay now. See, when I am interacting with somebody, I have understood what is Sristi Stithi Laya, because I should not create a Nama and Rupa. If I don't create, there is nothing, no desire also. But naturally something happens during that time. How it works?
Wait, I will answer that, but it is now 9:30. Are you okay to continue?
No. I think I have a meeting tomorrow.
Okay, then we will all meet tomorrow.
Okay.
Sorry, Lata
Thanks.
and Padmashri. I think there was absolute silence given to both of you.
No problem. But we are meeting on Monday, right?
Monday, not tomorrow
Yeah,
is Saturday. Monday. Sorry. Yeah, we can meet on Monday. Or if you want, we can meet tomorrow also. I'm okay.
No, tomorrow I'm busy.
Okay, then Monday.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay then.
Okay, then.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Good day.
Bye. Good day. Bye.